Right, well, just tell me what you can remember. Because you told me that you'd got a pay rise.
Yeah.
And you had to, because you didn't want yours.
I'd down to kept it. I'd have got leathered.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
That's why I had to tip it up, because I knew if she found out, I'd cop it.
What do you mean you'd have to tip it up?
I'd have to give it to her.
Oh, right. So what? Tell me what you did with it.
We couldn't help ourselves to anything. Anything.
Right.
Not even bread and butter. If you wanted another slice of bread and butter, you had to ask for it.
Right.
It weren't do what you should do. Cut it, butter it, and put it in the middle of the table for everybody. It weren't done like that.
Right.
It weren't given to you if you didn't ask for it. And you had to be hungry because you were afraid of asking for it.
So how much was your pay rise?
Oh, there were only shillings then.
It was
you
a
didn't
shilling.
get a pay rise of £1 or anything like that.
And a shilling's what, 5 pence now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then it were 12 pennies a shilling.
Yeah. I remember pounds, shillings,
12
and
pence for a shilling.
Yeah, that's 5 pence, new pence, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you had to hide it in your clogs.
Yeah.
And can you remember how long you were hiding it for?
Well, as soon as the first opportunity you got to go into spending it.
Oh. So did you do that? Did you get away with it for like weeks and months?
Oh no, because you didn't always get the opportunity to take it.
Right. Oh.
No.
And can you remember anything about when you went looking for a job at the mill? What you were saying to the boss?
Oh, of course I can. That'll never really leave me.
Because I
I
can't.
remember going to Grape. That's where I got my first job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know you had to go in Carter's cabin. Well, me first time in a mill, I'd no idea where to go. But as you went in, there was like a big office, and there was a fellow in there. So I knocked on his window and I said, "Please, can you tell me where the Carter's cabin is?" So he showed me where it was. He showed me where the card room was. I was frightened to death.
Oh.
The noise.
Oh.
The noise from all the machines.
What the?
And
Was this the weaving machines?
as I opened the door, they hit me.
Oh.
And that put me back.
Oh.
I were only about that big then,
Oh.
you know. I were only little for my age. And I left school at 14. And this woman were on a machine and she stopped it and she come to me. She said, "Are you looking for Carter?" I said, "Yes, could you tell me where his cabin is, please?" I knew he had a cabin. So she said, "Yes, I'll take you." So we walked down the room and I was more scared of the noise from all the machines, you know. And then he took me through another room where there were all big bales of cotton. I can see this now. And he was sat in his cabin and he had a white cotton overall jacket on. And when I saw him, I thought, "Oh, what a nice man."
Oh.
So she left me then. So he says to me, "Good morning." I said, "Good morning, sir." He said, "Don't call me sir. I'm not your teacher." He said, "You'll be taught in here if you want the job, but I'm not the teacher." I said, "No, you are the boss, aren't you?" And he laughed.
Oh.
And you know, I got on with that fella like I don't know what.
Oh.
Anyway, he said, "And what have you come for?" I said, "Please, do you want any learners?"
Oh, that was the line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Please, do you want any learners?" And he said, "I may do." So he said, "What's your name?" I told him. "How old are you?" 14. "You are not 14. I said, I am. He said, why should I believe you? I said, because I'm telling you the truth.
Oh.
I said, I am 14. I'm not saying I'm 13 when I'm not, I'm 14. Because I'm only little, you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
He said, well, I don't know whether you could reach the frames. I said, well, I'll grow. And he laughed.
Oh.
He said, I hope you will grow. I said, oh, I will grow. So he said, I wonder why you're so little. I said, well, I'm bigger than my brother and we're twins. Oh, you're a twin, are you? I said, yes. I said, but he's not as big as me. He said, oh, I see. Anyway, he said, so you fancy coming and working for me, do you? I said, yes, please. He said, all right. Have you brought your form, what the teacher gave you when you left school? I said, oh, it's at home. No, he said, no, ain't that silly? You come to me asking for a job and you don't bring the most important paper with you. I said, I thought you only needed my birth certificate. Oh, he said, you've brought that, have you? I said, yes. He said, what made you bring that? I said, well, I know I'm only little and people don't believe me when I tell them I'm 14. And he laughed.
Oh.
Nearly fell off his buffet laughing. So I probably thought, oh, it's a good comedian, this. So he said, well, so you haven't brought that form with you, have you? I said, no, I forgot it. No, he said, no, that were a fine job you did, weren't it? He said, you come to me asking for a job and you don't bring the most important paper with you. So I said, well, I am 14, I'm not telling you lies. He said, I know you're 14, I believe you. So he said, but I can't start work. I can't start your work until I get that form. Because if I do, I'll get into trouble. I said, oh, I'll go home for it. It won't take me long. Where do you live? Spring Garden Street. Which end? He said. Town Hall end? I said, yes. I said, I won't be long. He said, all right, promise me one thing. I said, anything. He said, promise me you won't run there and back. Because if you do, by the time you got back, you'll only be fit for the hospital. So I said, I promise you I won't run. I ran hell for leather. From Great Mill to our house, hell for leather. And you know about my bad stepmother, don't you?
Yeah.
I went in and I said, she said, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be out looking for a job. I said, I've got a job, but I didn't take that paper what I brought from school, and he wants that. So it took her a quarter of an hour or more finding it. And I were on pins. I thought, I won't get the job now. It's taking me so long. I run all the way back. When I got back, I could have just collapsed. And he said, you've been running, haven't you? I said, yes. He said, well, sit down. He said, because if you collapse, I can't pick you up. So he gave me this buffet and I sat down. So he said, right, looked at this form. He said, oh my God, he said, you're a twin, aren't you? I said, yes, but it's a brother. Oh, is it? Well, he said, nice to have a twin in the family, isn't it? So he said, well, all right then. You've done what I told you to do and you've brought me this form back. When do you want to start work? I said, tomorrow. Well, he said, I'll have to think about it, won't I? So he's taking notes. All right, he said. 8 o'clock in the morning, don't be late. So I got the job. And I was there. I worked there.